afternoon.
Good, how are you?
I'm well.
I brought some things to show you. I know I might run into you. I mean, I knew you'd like this concert. I almost called you to see if you wanted to come with me, but then I changed my mind. Oh, here. See this? Wrap it around your neck like this, and then the end goes through the loop here, and it lays flat on your neck. It's very warm in the cold.
I like it. I like the colors you chose.
Oh, this one's too small for you, but I can make you one. And these little mittens are for my sister's little girl. She is 8. I think they will just fit her.
You upset me.
You upset me too.
It's not compatible.
Okay, but why do you think that?
You don't understand me.
Understanding is a two-way street. Both parties have to make an effort.
I think if you did understand me, you wouldn't like me very much.
What don't you think I understand?
You don't understand my desires. You're an unsympathetic woman.
Makes me uncomfortable when you focus on my breasts and my butt. The only time I reveal my body is when I'm in a swimming suit. I want to talk about crocheting and sewing and scrapbooks and good nutrition and exercising and getting healthy. And you are interested in my body, and I don't like that.
You asked me to go swimming with you once. I took that to mean you wanted to show me your body.
No, I wanted to go swimming. You said you need more exercise and that you used to swim, so I thought it would help you become more healthy.
If I say, let's take off our clothes and go to bed, you can say, no, I don't want to do that. There's nothing wrong with that. But you not only say that, you go on to say, I don't like you looking at me that way. I don't like you expressing that sort of desire towards me. And furthermore, I want to continue the relationship with the understanding that you will not bring this up with me again. Well, my answer to that is go to hell. You're of no use to me.
My father beat my mother and me also many times. I grew up watching them fighting and him hitting her. I remember her crying and screaming. I don't ever want to be in that situation again.
You're afraid of men.
Very much.
But you want to be close to me. You said you wanted to go on walks and sit at cafes and go swimming together and go on excursions to the Marin Headlands and the wine country.
But I like you. You're interested in the things I'm interested in.
You cannot be that close to me and reject my interest in your body. It's very much a part of my thinking. I definitely don't want a woman I cannot be physically close to.
But my boyfriend tells me he loves me, even though I dress like a bag lady. He never expects me to be like a Barbie doll. He accepts me as I am.
Stay with him. Be happy.
He's not interested in any of the things I like to do. I can't show him these things I crochet, or my scrapbooks, or the blankets I sew. He's not caring about any of that stuff. He's not really even around much. He never listens to me much or pays much attention to me. He says he loves me, but I feel lonely.
You have a dilemma.
Why can't you love me the same way? Why can't we share these things we both enjoy without bringing up this ugly sexual stuff?
I'm afraid that's not possible.
Why can't you try? We've done many things together and had good times. I like sharing things with you. Why can't we keep doing that?
This is what I mean when I say you don't understand me. Sex is so much a part of my thinking about women. It's as natural as breathing. When I look at a woman, the first thing I do is undress her with my eyes. Even if I'm not attracted to her, I still see right through her clothes. Women on the street, women at concerts, any woman I encounter, I see them all naked. I like to look at them, see them, touch them, smell them. A woman that doesn't like that or is uncomfortable with that or finds that distasteful or problematic in any way cannot be close to me. It's impossible. I cannot separate this, and I do not wish to. You know, I've had women like you before who complain about my interest in their bodies. Oh, I don't like you looking at me. I don't like you touching me, etc. Ugh! And I've had the alternative, women who welcome my interest in their bodies, who delight in it and encourage it. And let me tell you, the second kind is so much better for me. I'm very sure about what I like and don't like from long experience.
But you are alone.
I live alone, and I like solitude. But I have a number of women around me. Being alone is not lonely. And being alone is better than being with a woman you're not pleased with.
I was raped once.
How so?
At a party. Probably shouldn't have been there, but I went. A friend invited me.
Well, what kind of venue is this? A hotel? A house?
It was a house. A large house with a pool. There were lots of people there.
Well, did you know anybody?
Oh yeah, I knew a lot of them. There were a lot of people I didn't know. There was this one guy who started talking to me. We were outside by the pool. He seemed very nice. He was interested in art galleries and concerts. He gave me a glass of wine, and I drank it. I probably shouldn't have done that. I'm not used to drinking, and it made me sort of lightheaded. Anyway, he suggested we go inside, so we went inside. It was a large house with many rooms. We walked to a room that was sort of remote from the rest of the house. Nobody was in it. We sat down on the couch, and he started kissing me and putting his hands on me. I didn't really want to do this. I kissed him a few times, but then I wanted to stop. He wouldn't let me. He forced me down on the couch and started pulling at my clothes. I tried to stop him, but he was too strong. It was very quick. It was over before I hardly knew what had happened. And then he just got up and walked away. I was confused and furious.
What did you do next?
Nothing. I told the girl who invited me that I was leaving, and then I went home and cried. I called her the next day to tell her what had happened. She said she didn't know the guy very well, but she called him and told him he was not welcome in her house again.
You didn't report it to the police?
Are you crazy? Of course not. It would just make things worse. What I learned from it is that you have to be extremely careful with men. No matter how nice they seem, they can be dangerous. And a girl should always avoid being alone with a man.
Well, it's a good policy for girls who don't have a clue.
What do you mean?
Well, what did you think when he asked you to go inside with him?
I didn't think anything in particular.
It didn't occur to you to ask yourself, why does he want me to go inside?
No, why? It was dark, it was cooling off. Why not go inside?
Well, when you went inside and started walking with him through the house, looking for a quiet, deserted place, did you have any idea what he had in mind? Why he was leaving you this way?
What are you saying? That it was my fault? That I caused him to rape me? Oh, you really disgust me. You guys think that
I'm just saying that you didn't have an inkling what he had in mind when it's very obvious to me from the start what he wanted to do.
So you think it was okay for him to rape me?
He certainly doesn't deserve any conduct medals. But I think this was foreseeable and avoidable. I think you bungled into it because you do not understand men's desires.
So you're blaming me. You are hateful.
I think you should have seen it coming. If you couldn't see it coming from the moment he said hello, you certainly should have seen it from the moment he handed you a glass of wine.
From the moment he handed me a glass of wine, you think he was thinking sex and had this intention to get me alone so he could try to fuck me?
But from the moment he first saw you, even before he said hello.
But when I started to resist and push him away, he should have stopped.
He should have stopped. But you never know how aggressive a guy will be once you arouse him and let him think you're going to cooperate with his desires. Some might stop if you resist convincingly enough, and some might not. It's not a good idea to go around experimenting.
A man should understand that just because a woman accompanies him to a quiet place, or even if she kisses him once, that doesn't mean she's ready to have sex with him.
A man may very well understand that, but I think by nature, men's aggression exceeds their understanding. We're not all good, sympathetic, upright people.
But you're blaming me.
Now, I think there's blame on both sides, but generally, I think it is up to the girl to regulate these things, especially if she has set her mind not to cooperate. She should take care to make sure things don't reach a tipping point where they can get out of control.
But that glass of wine fogged my head. I wasn't sharp, and I was feeling good, and he made me feel attractive.
Alcohol is always a volatile chemical to introduce into the mix. But I hold people responsible for the things they do with their drinking. Alcohol is not an excuse.
It's not an excuse, but he took advantage of my condition.
It's probably one of the reasons why he gave you the drink in the first place.
So men are evil and not to be trusted.
Well, if you are at war with their desires, you should probably look at them that way.
You are awful.
Well, this is why I avoid you. I told you if you understood me, you probably wouldn't like me.
I'm starting to hate you. But actually, I still really like you too. Why can't I call you to go to a movie or a concert sometime? Or why can't I call you to go to the beach or drive or something? Or I wanted to call you to go to this concert. I knew you would probably go. Why couldn't we have come together?
It's not a good idea. I find your terms unacceptable.
I don't understand why you can't accept this.
I know you don't.
Why does sex have to be a part of everything? You should be able to set it aside.
I choose not to.
Are there any girls you like?
There's lots of girls I like.
Any who understand you?
A few.
So why aren't they with you?
Understanding and living together are two different things.
But don't you want to be with somebody? Don't you want somebody around?
I want what works. That can go either way. Living together or being married is not a necessity. It depends on the chemistry. It depends on circumstances.
I get upset when I talk to you. You hurt me. But then I feel drawn back toward you. You're a difficult, irritating person.
Well, you annoy me as well. But I feel excited when I see you. I like your sharp edges. My dislike of you seems to intensify with the day.
Don't talk to me this way.
I think I'm going to get you.
No, you're not.
Let me be alone with you. Just like the guy at the party.
Never!
Well, you've invited me.
Not for what you want.
At least now you know what it will mean.
You need to go to church or see a psychiatrist.
Call me late at night. I'll pick you up on the street corner.
It's time to go back to our seats. The intermission is over. Maybe I'll run into you at a concert sometime.
It was good seeing you. I like the neck scars you're making.
I'll show you some more sometime.
Do.